You ready? I've been ready. What are we waiting for?
That boy is mine.
Let's go, Grizz, let's go!
Oh, John Moran just broke the rim with that finish.
Defense, take that ball! Defense, take that ball!
Jared with a rejection.
Give me that!
Moran digs at it, knocks it away. Picked up by Pippen. Bob, Brendan Clark.
Ooh, on that rim!
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
What about the hanging your hat on the defensive end? Where does that come from?
And one thing my dad told me is if you want to get to the NBA, if you want to leave an impact, if you're a competitor like you say you are, you're going to be one of the best defenders on the court every time you step on there. He said you're not going to disrespect the game. You're not going to take it for granted. You know, this is not a right, it's a privilege. So go out there and compete every day.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Ben Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I sure hope you're ready for the college football season because it's here, or at least it's almost here. It starts tomorrow, 11 o'clock. We got a top 25 matchup between Big 12 schools. It's going to happen in Dublin, Ireland, of all places. We're going to talk college football. Big headline last night, SEC is moving to 9 league games starting next season. Could have a negative impact on the University of Memphis' scheduling plans. We'll talk through it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. When we finish this open, we're going to take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we're going to discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, Memphis freshman Daniel Vieira-Tuck will redshirt this season. His father has told the Commercial Appeals Jason Munns. The decision appears to be related to academic issues. I'll do my best to explain. We'll do it in about 25 minutes. Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones went on Michael Irvin's YouTube channel and discussed where he believes his contract negotiations are right now with defensive star Micah Parsons. Meantime, Parsons has removed the Cowboys from his social media. It's never boring in Dallas. We'll discuss a little later on in the show. A national publication, it's called Food Beast, has named Memphis the wing capital of the United States. We accept the honor. I'll get Bennett's thoughts on the accomplishment. We'll do that in just a bit. Red Sox rookie Roman Anthony continues to take MLB by storm. Homered last night in the 9th at Yankee Stadium in the Red Sox 6-3 victory. So Boston has now won 6 of 7 from the Yankees. Red Sox only a half game back of the Bronx Bombers for the first AL wild card. I'll tell you a little more about the rookie sensation, the 21-year-old. We're going to do that in the next segment. And the second round of the Tour Championship, it's going on today at Eastlake down in Atlanta. I'll tell you who's leading and where Scotty Scheffler's sitting. We're going to do that during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's carry out and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to. But I want to start with college football because, believe it or not, the 2025 college football season gets underway this weekend. More specifically, in about 25 hours when number 17 Kansas State plays number 22 Iowa State in Dublin, of all places. Yes, the 2025 college football season is launching in Ireland, just like Bear Bryant.
Yep.
Just like the Bear always envisioned. Kick is scheduled for 11 a.m. Central. KSU is listed as a 3-point favorite. Total is 51.5. Big Bet Bennett, in roughly 25 hours, you're going to be able.
25 hours?
You're going to be able.
What you talking about? The bets are in, bro.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. I'm excited, all right?
I was going to say in about 25 hours, you're going to be able to wager real money on a real college football game between two top 25 teams from a power conference that refused to take the University of Memphis' $200 million. Can I trust that you're partaking and be locked in? I think I can. I think
yes,
I think what you've indicated is that you're already locked in and ready to go.
I'm very much locked in. It is kind of fun that it's. I want to say that in this week 0, have we ever had a top 25 matchup? I'm sure we've had top 25 teams. I'm not sure if we've had two play against each other in week 0 yet.
I would never sit here roughly.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I would never sit here roughly 10 feet away from you and pretend to be a college football historian, specifically a week 0 historian. But I can tell you, Big Bet Bennett, that when I looked at the week 0 schedule and I noticed we had a top 25 matchup, a similar thought popped into my head.
Yeah.
I said, this doesn't feel normal. Typically, this is what I feel like I've said previous years in week 0. It's, there's college football on. I mean, technically, but it's a team I don't care about against a team I don't care about. Maybe one good team is playing, but they probably ain't playing another good team. Just wake me up in a week. I'll meet you at week 1.
Yeah.
And still, that's mostly true for me if I'm being honest. But a legitimate top 25 matchup in college football will happen tomorrow in week 0, and I'm going to put it on my TV.
I will have it on my TV as well. Probably going to roll with the Cyclones just because we have some history with them.
Oh, they come here all the time.
Those are good people. Yeah.
I think I'd have to roll with my Kansas State Wildcats. My buddy Brent Stover's in a line.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, and he cares.
I was going to say, I was trying to put together the connection there.
He cares deeply about them. He takes great pride in Kansas State.
Really?
Oh,
that is the first person I've ever heard that's like a diehard Kansas State fan.
Oh, he's a proud Kansas State. He's from Kansas. He was a Kansas State student athlete.
Okay.
He ran cross country at Kansas State.
Nice.
He's a competitive jogger.
That's pretty good.
I know sometimes when you think of runners, you think of sprinters. And is this person faster than this person?
No.
And is can this person get 100 yards more quickly than the other person? He didn't do any of that.
No.
It was
who has the best endurance?
Let's not quite run, but not really walk. Let's jog competitively for a few hours, and we'll hand out some medals at the end. That's more what he was doing.
Gotcha.
He was a competitive jogger. You know, you might go jog, and Jessica might go jog.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I don't jog anymore.
Me neither.
It hurts my knee.
Yeah.
I ride a bike now.
I wish you put your helmet on a little more often.
Yeah, I
wish
should.
you put your
I have one. it's
I know you look like
lame.
You look like a nerd, but you know what's worse than looking like a nerd?
Busting your head open.
Looking like a corpse.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what's worse than looking like a nerd? Looking like a corpse.
You're right.
On the side of Poplar or whatever, right? So I wish you'd put your helmet on a little bit more. But you know how people jog for fun? That's what he would do, but not for fun. It was competitive. He was a competitive jogger at Kansas State. I think technically they call it cross country, but it translates in my head to just competitive jogging. I bet I can jog a little better than you. That's what it translates to my head. Anyway, I'll be rooting for Kansas State. I'll have my purple on.
Okay.
It's obviously weird to have a college football season opening in Ireland, or at least unusual. Do you think Kansas State fans like it? Do you think Iowa State fans like it? We're going through something similar, though, on a different level, right? We hear a few weeks ago the Grizzlies will sacrifice a home game that otherwise would be played here in downtown Memphis to go to London and Berlin and play back-to-back games against the Orlando Magic. And we all had to sit around and talk about, do we like it? Now, I don't think many people from Memphis are going to travel to Europe, in the middle of the winter to catch a couple of regular season basketball games. Perhaps I'm wrong.
I'd like to.
I would too, but perhaps I'm wrong. But I don't. But I do think that for a college football game, there's only so few of these. 12 in your regular season, as opposed to 82 in your regular season NBA basketball. I do get the sense that there's Iowa State fans who circled this and said, we're going to go see Ireland. We're going to go see Dublin and watch our Cyclones. And Kansas State fans as well. I think if this were the University of Memphis, like in an alternate universe where the University of Memphis was in the Big 12, wouldn't that be something?
Be cool.
Man, wouldn't that be cool? University of Memphis in the Big 12. In the Big 12, Brett Yormark, he came to Dr. Ed Scott and he said, hey, listen, I'd like to use you guys to open the season against another Big 12 program, and we're going to do it in Dublin, Ireland. And the catch is you're going to have to sacrifice a game at Simmons Bank. It's going to be a home game for you that you otherwise would have had, but we're going to do it in Dublin, Ireland. I think I would say let's do that. And I think that's the type of thing, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I could convince myself like, hey, maybe this would be fun. We've never been to Ireland, and wouldn't it be cool to go see my alma mater play football in Ireland and then pop into the bars and, do a Go Tigers Go. And I think I could get my head wrapped around, if I'm a University of Memphis football fan, this might be an excuse and an awesome one to travel abroad and see a part of the world you otherwise may never see. And, while we're there, also watch Ryan Silverfield's Tigers try to knock off a Big 12 program. I think I could get behind something like this. I bet you Kansas State and Iowa State fans, at least the ones that went, I bet they're excited about this.
Yeah, I bet so too. And I think it just depends on the program. Like, I would assume that, an Ohio State might pocket this a little bit. Like, come on, man. Like, we want our turnstiles, brother.
They ain't sending Alabama over there.
Yeah. But when you're Iowa State and Kansas State, and you're not one of the premier teams in your league, I think that you love that the spotlight's on you this weekend, right? You're the show.
Well, look it up. We're talking about Iowa State and Kansas State.
We won't do it again this season.
Maybe not this century.
Yeah.
Maybe not in our lifetime.
I mean, unless one of them's going to win and get a top 25 win, maybe they'll, maybe I'm speaking out of turn here.
Hey, we'll see.
I'm just saying this is probably the most we're going to talk about Iowa State and Kansas State this whole season, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think if I were a fan of one of those schools, I'd be excited about this, and I would be trying. If I were the type of person who went to football games consistently, if I was the type of person who tailgated and was out there all the time, I think this is the type of thing I would try to figure out. Could we go do this?
Yeah.
And have a lifetime memory connected to the time we went and watched our favorite football team open a season in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool thing. 11 o'clock kick tomorrow. So college football season, it gets started this weekend. And last night we got, I think, some big college football news, specifically that the SEC is going to move to a 9-game conference schedule starting next year in 2026. More specifically, going forward, every SEC program will play 9 conference games each season, plus at least one more game against either Notre Dame or any program of its choosing from the Big 10, Big 12, or the ACC. In other words, another game against another Power 4 opponent, which is obviously great for college football fans because, just in the simplest of terms, we are now guaranteed every year after this year another full Saturday of SEC games that would otherwise be non-league games, often against mid-major and overmatched opponents. So, I'm a fan of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to give us more compelling football than we otherwise would have. And it'll probably encourage the other leagues that aren't already playing non-conference games, the other power leagues, to move in this direction if they can figure out how to do it. And it could also encourage the Big Ten to add a component to its scheduling bylaws where it also requires its schools to play an additional game against either Notre Dame or, for their purposes, a game against a Big 12 opponent, ACC opponent, or an SEC opponent. Because right now, the Big Ten, they do play 9 conference games, but like Ohio State last season, non-league schedule, they didn't go out and schedule another power conference team. So now there's going to be a bit of a imbalance in theory between the SEC and the Big Ten, and the thought process is the Big Ten will match them eventually.
Yep.
The ACC could move to 9 games eventually, although they've got uneven league members, and that becomes a math problem. But the consensus seems to be that the SEC increasing its schedule strength by doing this will compel other leagues to increase their schedule strengths by doing this. And week in and week out, year in and year out, we as people who consume college football should get more compelling games than we otherwise would get. That's great. But you know who it might not be great for?
The University of Memphis.
Yeah. Yeah. And the reasons are pretty obvious. Think about it. Let's say you're Ole Miss. You get 12 games on your schedule. And now 9 of them are going to be SEC games starting next year. A 10th of the 12 has to be against either Notre Dame or somebody from the Big 10, Big 12, ACC. That's how the rules are now going to be written. So let's just take a totally middle-of-the-pack Big 12 program and throw them on Ole Miss's schedule. It's, let's say, West Virginia, right? So again, now you're Ole Miss. Or, like, for the sake of the conversation, Mississippi State, Arkansas, it doesn't really matter to the school. The point is the same for all of them. You only get 12 games to schedule. Starting next year, 9 of them have to be against SEC schools. A 10th has to be against either Notre Dame or a Big 10, Big 12 ACC school. So then you only have 2 games left to schedule. Right now, Ole Miss has both Georgia State and the Citadel on its schedule. Those are home wins. Do you really want to give those up for a challenging home-and-home series? Put another way, do you really want to play annually if you're Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas, an SEC school at that level? The types that Memphis historically has really gotten excited about playing, and fans have loved those matchups. If you are an Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas, do you really want to, going forward, play 9 SEC games, plus another game against another power conference opponent, plus another game against a University of Memphis program that is more or less operating consistently like a top 25 program in the country? Like, that's a lot to put on your schedule. I bet Lane Kiffin likes those games against Georgia State and the Citadel. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
I bet he thinks they're helpful for a variety of reasons, some of which are the same reasons power conference college basketball coaches like to have multiple games, often 5 or 6, against low major opponents. I bet Sam Pittman feels similarly. I assume Jeff Lebby feels similarly. So if you're the University of Memphis, this new scheduling format in the SEC really could make it more difficult for you to schedule SEC programs going forward, in part because your program has been elevated to a level where, say, an Ole Miss, a Mississippi State, a Arkansas, other SEC programs at that level, they can no longer reasonably assume they'll be notably better than you by the time it's time to play the game you're asking them to schedule, right? So that's both a compliment and an obstacle. It's a compliment. It's also an obstacle. The more important part is that it's a compliment, I think, but it is also an obstacle, or at least it's not difficult to imagine how it could be. In fact, Jonah Dillon points this out last night on Twitter. If you just look at Arkansas's schedule for next year, in the non-league portion of its schedule, it has games scheduled against North Alabama, Utah, Memphis, and Tulsa. So that's 4 non-league games to go with what was previously assumed an 8-game SEC schedule. Now we know it's going to be a 9-game SEC schedule. All right? That means you got to sacrifice one of these games.
Can't sacrifice Utah.
No,
because that's the power. That one.
Because that's the power 4 opponent that you are now required to have. So now you've got to cut either North Alabama, Memphis, or Tulsa. You got to cut one of those.
Yeah.
What do you think they'll do? I don't know. I want to be clear.
I don't know.
But if you are the Arkansas coach, and we don't have to lie to each other, by this time next year, could be a totally different Arkansas coach. So let's say you're an Arkansas coach, and you're taking over a program, and you go, hold up.
And let's say Memphis beats Arkansas in a few weeks at the Liberty Bowl. I think you could factor that in as well.
So I've already got to
play. Don't want to play that game next year.
I've already got to play 9 SEC teams, most of which are better than me. I've already got to play a Power 4 opponent in Utah. I need wins, man. What's the best way to get wins? Is it to play North Alabama, play Tulsa, or play Memphis. I got to get rid of one of those, and I need wins.
Now, if I'm an Arkansas fan, I would think differently because, like, let's just say what I said happens and Memphis was to upset Arkansas at the Liberty Bowl this season. I want my revenge. Like, I want to blast them in Fayetteville. But that's not how ADs are thinking.
It's not how
or coaches. Yeah.
I was sitting, at this point, it's close to 20 years ago, in an office out at UCLA. Night before a UCLA-Oregon game, I believe. Ben Hallam was the coach. He's coming off of, he's been to 3 Final Fours or something like that. One of his former assistants called. We're right in the middle of the season, and it's a weeknight. And one of his former assistants called, who was now a mid-major head coach. And Ben stopped film study, took the call. And I could only hear one side of the conversation, right? Because he had phone up to his... I can only hear what Ben's saying, not what his former assistant's saying. But it was like, this is what I hear. So, how'd it go? Yeah, they got you. They're pretty good. So, why did you play them? Listen, man, I've been telling you this for years. At the end of the day, where you're at with your program, you trying to build this thing, nobody cares about your at-large resume. You don't have one. You can't create one. You need wins. At the end of the season, your fans, they're not going to remember what your strength of schedule was, but they will remember what your record was. If you get fired in 4 years, it won't be because of your strength of schedule. It'll be because of your record. So create a schedule that can give you a better record until you get your program to a place it needs to be. And that's always just sort of resonated with me. That's the way coaches think. And if I'm an Arkansas coach and I'm looking at this schedule, I am very seriously asking, how do we feel about buying out of this Memphis game? How much would it cost? Because after playing 9 SEC games, or while playing 9 SEC games, and an additional game against a Power 4 opponent, I don't know if I want to get into a fight with a school from a bordering state that has been operating, frankly, at a level higher than we've been operating for a little while now. So this is a possible problem for Memphis going forward. The Tigers have always, or at least consistently, tried to schedule games against an Arkansas, against a Mississippi State, against a Ole Miss, and we love those games. And I think, broadly speaking, Arkansas fans in the area, Ole Miss fans in the area, Mississippi State fans in the area, they also can appreciate that game as well. They might look down on you the way they sometimes do, but and make jokes about your stadium and the part of town your stadium's in. Like, we've all heard all that stuff, Tiger High, whatever. But like, broadly speaking, those have historically been fun football games. And Memphis is now at a place where, I'm not trying to pretend the Memphis football program is greater than any SEC program, because frankly, it never should be. You guys have all of the advantages. Memphis has none. But in recent years, Memphis has been punching above its weight.
Yes.
And has shown itself to be a competent, nationally relevant football program. And if you are an Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas, my concern from Memphis' perspective would be that you've gotten too good, too consistently good, for them to assume they can handle you easily when they play you. And they might not want to be playing you anymore, because now their schedules, based on the news release last night, just got harder, at least by one game, and in some cases two.
I think the thing that it hurts the most for Memphis is the home games at Simmons Bank.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's going to be really hard to get Ole Miss, a Mississippi State, a Arkansas, a Tennessee. Well, they never would anyways, to come in here and play. I'm not sure that I think that, like, if you asked me to bet today, I would say that they will not get rid of that Memphis game next year in Fayetteville. I still think that you could go play those games on the road. I think that schools would be willing to do that. I think that they would not want to come here at risk of losing.
Well, I don't want to speak for Dr. Scott or for Ryan Silverfield, but I think what they might be compelled to tell you in that situation is that we are a top 25 program that goes to bowl games every year. We're not the type of program you're just going to buy.
Yeah, we're not a buy game. Yeah, that's right.
All right. If you want to play us, you're going to have to come play us here. We'll come play you there. Now, this is all negotiable, and at some point, digging your heels in and saying we will only play you if you match us home games. If it's going to be a 2-year series, 1 here, 1 there, 4-year series, 2 there, 2 here, like you can make those points and stand on them. But if we get to a point where the Arkansas, the Ole Miss, the Mississippi States, all of the SEC programs say, okay, cool, we'll just do something else then. Well, then you might have to reconsider because at some point, like, you know, it's cool to be principled, but at some point, you know, you need games.
Yeah.
And games that your fans care about, particularly as long as you're in a league that your fans don't care about. So this is all complicated stuff that the University of Memphis will have to navigate. But the main point is that this news last night, it is about the SEC, but it could have a real impact on Memphis scheduling going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think like they'll obviously have to get creative going forward. I mean, I'd be on the phone with Boise State. I'd be on the phone with, you know, Oregon State. You know, Louisville's going to play us in basketball again. Maybe we could do a football series. Like, I think that's kind of the direction they're probably going to have to go to get some more premier games in here.
We'll see. Hey, it's a let's call it a possible problem for another day.
Yep.
All right? No need to worry about that now.
Sounds good.
The only thing that matters now, I think, is that Ryan Silverfield's Tigers are going to open the season in 8 days.
I wish we were playing week 0. I wish we were playing this.
You're ready to get going.
I wish we were playing this game tomorrow.
You're ready to get going.
It's just, it'd be a huge game. Like, everybody be watching, right?
Well, some people would.
Everyone would. What's the there's like, trust me, after sandwich between Iowa State and Kansas State and the game that I'm the most excited about, Hawaii and Stanford, the nightcap, there ain't much, and everyone's going to be watching it. Like, I don't know what the exact games are. Here, I can pull up my bets and let you know. But
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm not here to argue against you.
I would love to play. I said this last year. I would love to play week 0 one year.
Bennett wants a week 0
I would
game.
love that.
Well, you should have brought it up. Ed Scott was sitting right beside you.
I know. Damn it.
Ed Scott was sitting right beside you a couple days ago.
I had the spiel and everything.
I mean, he was right there.
I know.
He was just right there beside you.
I've been passionate about this.
I mean, in a commercial break, you could have just been like, hey, Dr. Scott, I'd like to talk to you about week 0. All right? Hey, maybe someday. But for now, we got to settle for week 1, and that means Ryan Silverfield's Tigers are going to open the season in 8 days against Chattanooga inside Simmons Bank. Kick schedule for 3:30 in the afternoon. Tickets are available right now. GoTigersGo.com. Big Bet Bennett, the Parrish family is going to be there. Come hell or high water. Can you confirm the Doyles will also attend, or are you not a real Memphis fan?
Stop.
You tell me. Are you not a real Memphis fan, or are you going to be there inside Simmons Bank?
Absolutely be there. Well, first off, because I don't think we know the times of some of the kickoffs yet for later in the season. But as of right now, this is one of, if not the only, like early or in the afternoon kickoffs.
You like that?
I think a lot of them
prefer
are around 6 or 7 o'clock. Well, for taking the kids, it's just, I mean, I have a 2-year-old, so it's just easier. He goes to bed at like 7:40, so it's just easier to, you know, get him out and keep his, you know, energy levels and not throwing a fit and acting crazy, like if I can go to an afternoon game.
Okay, let me ask you this then, because it sounds like you're already stressed out about it. You're going to try to carry a 2-year-old, and it's going to be hot outside, and it's going to be stressful. Let me ask you an honest question.
Yeah.
Are you going because you want to go, or are you going because you feel compelled to go?
Both. I'm going because I want to go. I'm excited to see what they look like. I mean, this is, you know, we've had a new quarterback is always exciting, right? Like we've had the same guy.
I mean, I don't know.
It might not be, but I'm saying
there's this one year I saw Memphis try to start a new quarterback, and
fair enough,
buddy, it wasn't exciting at all.
But it's a bunch of new faces at almost every starting position, and they're still supposed to be good, and so I'm just excited to see what they look like. But yes, I also feel compelled to go. Yes, as a Memphian and someone who wants to support my school in the city, I do feel compelled to go.
I do too.
And I also said
I feel compelled to go more than I feel eager to go. Does that make sense?
Sure, because I mean you're playing Chattanooga, but I'm excited. I mean, I want to go watch my team beat the crap out of a inferior opponent. So I'm excited about that.
If you remember once upon a time in the Mike Norvell era, Memphis very early in the season played UCLA at what is now known as Simmons Bank. And me and Vernon literally bought first row tickets, and I was eager to go. It was Josh Rosen, it was UCLA, It was a good Tigers team.
500 degrees.
Oh, buddy, it was so hot outside.
It was the hottest day in Memphis football history, I believe.
But I remember taking an Uber to
that game was awesome.
To the Liberty Bowl and hanging out in Tiger Lane, and it was very, very hot, but we had a blast. I remember having a good time. I was eager to go because that felt like an opportunity for a Memphis football program on the rise to make a statement against a big brand.
And an NFL quarterback. He was already solidified at that point. He was going to go to the NFL.
I mean, there were some people that thought he might be the number one pick and a future Hall of Famer.
Yep.
I mean, quarterbacks are hard to figure out. We've been over this. But I was eager to go to that. It felt like this is an opportunity to make a statement. This is an opportunity to put your program on a big stage, network television. I'm eager to go to this. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not eager to go sit in the sun and watch Memphis play Chattanooga, right? I mean, I'm sure we'll have a blast. And I'm looking forward to doing it with my children. But I guess what I mean is that if it were left up to my desires, independent of literally anything else in the world, rather than sweat outside at a football game that should be a blowout, what I'd rather do than that, I think, is again, independent of everything else, sit in my office, smooth 70 degrees, make it dark, and watch, yes, Memphis, Chattanooga, but also Alabama, Florida State, maybe Iowa State, South Dakota, and either way, then also be settled in for a primetime lineup that's going to include LSU, Clemson, Utah, UCLA, Ole Miss, Georgia State, not to mention, speaking for me personally, Mets, Braves, right? In a vacuum, per usual, I'd rather just stay home and watch college football. But like I previously said, after it became publicly known that the University of Memphis' leadership had secured financial commitments in excess of $200 million in an attempt to obtain entry into a power conference, after that, it became clear to me that the people in charge are competent and ambitious, right? And that is all I've ever wanted for my alma mater. Competent people who are also ambitious running the thing. Bill Hargrave, he checks that box. Dr. Ed Scott, he checks that box. And I thought something Dr. Scott said earlier this week was important. Specifically that complaining about the school's league affiliation, like you and I and other people do, but then backing it by saying things like, you're not going to go to games until Memphis is in a new conference. Taking that stance quite literally works against Memphis's attempt to get into a new conference.
Yep.
Right? I believe Memphis last season averaged fewer than 25,000 fans per game. Based on the numbers I saw at D1Ticker.com, that was down roughly 17.5% from the previous season, despite the fact that the Tigers won 11 games and finished the season ranked in the top 25 of the AP poll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of that was the boring conference schedule, I'm certain. But as Dr. Scott explained earlier this week, if the Big 12, ACC, SEC, Big 10, to the extent any of them even look at you, they all have no interest in extending you an invitation. None of them want you and have ever wanted you. The point Dr. Scott made is you're never going to convince them that they're wrong or convince them to reconsider by putting an empty football stadium on television every week. You have to be so good on the field, they can't look past you anymore. But you also have to be so good in attendance, they can't ignore you anymore. You have to be so good at being so good on the field and so good in the stands that when networks put your games on television, it moves the needle in a way that makes it impossible for the power conferences to continue to look past you and ignore you anymore. So obviously, Ryan Silverfield has to do his part. And absolutely, like Brendan Lewis, the new quarterback, he has to do his job, right? But I do think on some level, those of us who like to say we care about this place and want good things for this place, I do feel some level of responsibility to show it with both my money and my presence. I don't want a media credential for this game. I don't want free tickets. I don't want somebody to give me passes to a suite. I want to go.
I do.
And this is what I'm going to do. I want to go to GoTigersGo.com. I want to buy tickets for my entire family, and I want us to put on Tiger gear, and I want us to show up for my alma mater that is being led by a president who is talented and skilled and ambitious, and an athletic director who is talented and skilled and ambitious. I feel some level of responsibility to be there. And I want to be clear. I know I'm not changing the world or even the Memphis football program. Like, I'm not trying to overstate anything. I'm just trying to make a point. The Smith family is moving needles with the University of Memphis. The Bryant family moves needles with the University of Memphis. All I'm doing is buying a few tickets to a football game and showing up with my family to show my support with my presence. Nothing more, right? But my point is that, as I previously said, I would feel a little phony if I kept talking about how much I wish the University of Memphis would get into a better league and then back that up by just over and over again not even bothering to take my family to support what is a borderline top 25 football program, despite that seeming impossible for basically my entire life. Like, we have reached a point where the football program, once an embarrassment, is now a nationally relevant college football playoff contender. Yes, there's still things that got to be done better. 11 wins is nice. A lack of conference championships is not. But my point is, I know the president is working hard to try to improve the position of the University of Memphis. I know the athletic director is working hard to try to improve Memphis's place in the world of college athletics. That story from last month illustrated that clearly. It didn't go well. It didn't work out. But they rallied community leaders to be able to put in front of a power conference a proposal in excess of $200 million. They didn't get the answer they wanted. But I think they made an impression on conference leaders, various university presidents from coast to coast, and hopefully on the fan base here in the community. Like, how can I continue to say I care if I'm not willing to do the bare minimum? I live 20 minutes from the stadium. I have the ability to purchase tickets. All I got to do is show up. And that's all the rest of us have to do, is show up. Short of that, I'm just sitting up here talking all the time, right? After realizing President Hargrave and A.D. Scott were able to accomplish what they were able to accomplish by working hard and being ambitious, and I told Dr. Scott this, it made me more compelled than I otherwise would be to try to show up and show them in the smallest of ways that, if nothing else, my family appreciates the effort. And you know what? I can't measure this in any way, but I don't think that feeling is unique to me. I sense others have been similarly compelled. I have a friend who told me after that proposal went public and was declined, he went out and bought season tickets to try to show,
nice,
I'll do my part. So I'm looking forward to getting out to Simmons Bank a week from tomorrow for the Tigers season opener against Chattanooga. Again, kickoff at 3:30. Tickets available. GoTigersGo.com. I hope to see you guys there. 5 more things up next.
What is the biggest
Summer League accomplishments so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Shinedown, Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yeah,
I guess
so.
From what
you guys don't sound too excited. It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Want to be phone positive?
Yeah. Want to be phone positive? Or artists just making some paint up and they just
Looks like phone positive material.
Yeah, or a thumbprint. The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Let's check the over-under totals. Alabama, Georgia, and Texas all at 9.5. LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee at 8.5.
I love Ole Miss over the 8.5.
I think Ole Miss can win 9.
But Ole Miss, they're gonna, Ole Miss, they're gonna lose to Arkansas week.
But they could go 9-3. Like Ole Miss winning 10 games
they always
is always
pull some
like
crap like that.
Ole Miss winning 10 can seem a bit of a stretch, but they can win 9.
They're gonna lose at Kentucky week 2.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Memphis basketball freshman guard Daniel Vieira Tuck will redshirt the 2025-26 season. His father, Mac Tuck, told the Commercial Appeals' Jason Munns yesterday. It appears this is connected to academic concerns. He went to, let's just call it some sort of academy that doesn't seem to be holding up so well with the NCAA.
Heard of those.
And so the NCAA is giving them a little bit of problems, and it doesn't sound like this is guaranteed to be resolved anytime soon. So rather than continue to wait and wait and wait and hope and hope and hope, and then maybe you get a email in late January that says, oh, hey, okay, you're clear. You can join the team now. They've decided just go ahead. We're not going to waste a year of eligibility, and we're going to redshirt. We'll practice at the University of Memphis, help the University of Memphis program prepare for its upcoming season and throughout the season, but we're not going to actually compete at the University of Memphis at the earliest until the 2026-27 season. Now, this is interesting because in a different era of the sport, there are countless times where we've watched players at Memphis and other places just sort of wait this thing out. And if they get academically cleared in December, January, whatever, just get on with it because you're trying to get through college just as quickly as you can in many cases. Well, now these years of eligibility are worth, in some cases, millions of dollars. Like schools are allowed to give you money to play basketball if they want to. So wasting a year of eligibility while you're not playing is like flushing potential earnings down the toilet. It's just nonsensical. We talked about it multiple times here recently. The young man at the Ivy League school. He wants to graduate from his Ivy League school, but in the Ivy League, they do not pay players. So how do you thread that needle? I'll spend my final year in the Ivy League redshirting. I'll get my degree, but not waste a year of eligibility, graduate, then enter the transfer portal, have my year of eligibility that I otherwise would have spent for $0 while graduating. I'll save that and then shop myself to Big Ten, SEC, ACC programs, Big 12 programs, and get a lot of money to play basketball while I enroll in grad school in another place. That's how you get the best of both worlds. But the primary motivation there is preserving a year of eligibility that might get you paid real money. And then, so rather than sit out and then maybe get eligible late in the season and enter next season with only 3 years of eligibility, the young man and his family have decided to go this path, which I completely understand. The thing I'm less understanding of, and this is just an NCAA issue that I've always been on the other side of and never quite grasped why we do it this way still. I understand why once upon a time we did, having national academic standards, because you're trying to have a level playing field from coast to coast, holding Southern Miss and Stanford to the same standards. I get the idea, but like practically speaking, why should Southern Miss and Stanford be held to the same standards? They're two very different places.
Sure. With
two very different goals. It's also like sometimes when, and we talked to Dr. Scott a little bit about this earlier in the week, when people try to crap on the University of Memphis. Well, like the University of Memphis serves a very intentional purpose. It is an accomplished university with a better reputation than it's ever had. But it's not Stanford. It's not NYU. And you know what? It's not supposed to be. You know, on some level, what the University of Memphis is supposed to be? For people exactly like me. For first-time college graduates.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't have got into Stanford or NYU or most places. I was not some academic genius. I grew up in Horn Lake, Mississippi. I'm a public school product, and not even the best public schools. All right? The University of Memphis changed my life. It allowed me to get a college degree, to become the first college graduate in my family, and to do it in a way that, thanks to my father, didn't put me in debt, but thanks to the affordability of it, didn't put him in great debt either. So that's what the University of Memphis is supposed to be, offering opportunities to people who might not be able to get them so easily somewhere else. And so I've never really understood, or at least for a while I haven't understood, why the NCAA even gets involved in academic issues. Why not just stay out of it? Let Stanford handle its student athletes however Stanford wants to handle its student athletes. And let Alabama handle its student athletes however it wants to handle its student athletes. And let Memphis handle its student athletes the way it wants to handle its student athletes. Who do you think is the most important Memphis graduate of the past 40 years?
God.
Just in terms of
notoriety?
Just in terms of what they've meant to the university, what they've meant to the city.
I mean, Penny?
Okay, that's the answer I was looking for.
Yeah.
That's the answer I was looking for. That's probably the right answer. I don't know that anybody's done more as a Memphis graduate for the University of, I mean, like, you know, Fred Smith. Did Fred? I think he had some Memphis connections.
Yeah,
I think there were some Memphis connections in there. Like, there's got to be somebody like that, an incredible businessman. But Penny Hardaway is a reasonable answer. All right? Here's my point. According to the NCAA, should have never been at the University of Memphis. All right? According to the NCAA, was not allowed to compete as a freshman. Because of the NCAA's national academic standards, Penny Hardaway was never supposed to be a college student. University of Memphis, at the time Memphis State, allowed him in. Now he had to sit out, but the university here was able to recognize, all right, maybe this person doesn't have the paperwork that we would prefer, but this person can benefit our university and we can benefit this person.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why we're here. Now, obviously his basketball talents were the main driving force behind all of this. All right. But imagine in a different world, Penny Hardaway or somebody like Penny Hardaway is deemed inappropriate for college life, inappropriate for a college campus. Where's he at now? As it is, he's maybe the most productive, most famous, most important alum of the past half century. All right? Why should the NCAA have a say in that?
I'm with you.
Why should the NCAA care what Derrick Rose's standardized test score is if the University of Memphis doesn't care what Derrick Rose's standardized test score is? I've never understood that, or at least I haven't understood it for a while. You know what? Stanford should be able to look at a certain student athlete and say, we don't think you should represent us in competition based off of your academic background. But Memphis could look at that exact same person and find them to be an asset to their university. And I don't keep pitting Memphis against Stanford because I know the way that plays, but like these are just different universities with different goals in different places. And the idea that they are held to some national standard just seems wrong. And so this is on the list of things that are going on in college athletics that are important. This is down it a little ways. But I've always thought, or at least for a while thought, the NCAA should get out of the academic business completely. We don't go in and monitor what every student athlete is doing in every classroom or in every online course. Like, we don't make sure. Like, nobody's monitoring everything they do. They just look at the grades and nobody really cares how they get them. So if you can already acknowledge you're not really paying that close of attention anyway, at a core level, the academic success of any student athlete on any campus is largely going to be determined by that student athlete and the university and the people working at the university, that all you're going to be doing is checking grades at the end of a semester. So you don't really have any control over it anyway, and you don't even know how the grades you're looking at, you don't even know how they happen, why they happen, if they're fraudulent or not. So, like, why do you even have a say in this? Just stay out of it. If Memphis wants to put this young man in school and then on the court, despite some unusual academic things, if Memphis is comfortable doing that, Memphis should be allowed to do that.
For sure.
And if Stanford or a school like Stanford wouldn't be comfortable, then that's fine. That's what Memphis is for. And so this story, I'm sure it'll all work out fine for everybody. But this is an example of just something I think is fundamentally wrong in the whole college athletics world. NCAA should be out of the academic business. Let schools handle it on a case-by-case basis.
Number 2.
Oh, it's getting wild in Dallas. It's getting wild in Dallas.
Is it? Yeah.
Jerry Jones, you know him.
I do.
Cowboys owner. He has been in a very public contract fight, for lack of a better term, with Micah Parsons, his star defensive player and arguably the greatest defensive football player in the world. How closely have you followed this?
A lot.
Okay. So the update, the news hook, the reason this is like a block in most shows today is because Jerry Jones went on Michael Irvin's YouTube channel last night and discussed very publicly where he's at with Micah Parsons, where the Cowboys are at with Micah Parsons, and how they got here, at least from his perspective. And as Jerry tells the story, he, in his mind, he even says, in my head, but in his head, the negotiation between he and Micah Parsons, the Cowboys and Micah Parsons, is done. And it happened between him and Micah Parsons.
Right.
All right? And then Jerry's like, all right, we got a deal. We talk years, we talk guarantees. And in Jerry Jones's mind, he believes that what he and Micah Parsons had agreed to was a contract that would make Micah Parsons the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL, or at least give him the most guaranteed money of any non-quarterback in the NFL, right? And so Jerry, as he's telling Michael Irvin the story, says, okay, so then I feel like we got a deal in place. I get ready to send it over to the agent to have the agent, cross some T's and dot some I's, and let's get this done. And what Jerry told Michael Irvin is when we went to send the details over to the agent that Micah and I have negotiated, he told us to, quote, stick it up our ass. Now, there's some thought that the agent didn't actually say that. In fact, Ryan Clark, who works for ESPN, has the same agent as Micah Parsons. And so Ryan Clark reached out to the agent last night and was like, did you say this? And the agent's like, I did not use that language. So the prevailing thought right now is that the agent might have said, no, we don't have a deal. I'm the agent. Micah's the player. I represent him. He's hired me to do it. He does not negotiate with you. I negotiate with you. And then Jerry interpreted that as, in his Arkansas way, well, he just told me to stick it up my ass. But, did the guy actually say, hey, Jerry Jones, take this contract and stick it up your ass? He says, no, I didn't say that. But the sentiment was probably something similar. Either way, the night ends with Micah Parsons removing all Cowboys stuff from his social media and then posting a scripture, because I guess that's what you do when you're in a contract fight with your football franchise. I don't know. What do you make of this?
I think Jerry is one of the most hands-on owners in sports, and he did the same thing with Dak. He thinks that he has I'm not saying he thinks, he probably does, but he has a relationship with these guys, and he thinks on a certain level that they should just be able to talk through it. We don't even have to involve the agent, right?
Oh, there are business leaders, not just NFL owners, but business leaders who work in the field of hiring talent. In many cases, the talent has an agent, and there are business leaders who will try to work around that all the time.
Yeah, they don't want. They're going to call you directly. They don't want to go through the agent.
And do you know what you do?
But that's what the agent's in place for.
You know what you do? You say, "Hey, I'm happy to go to dinner and talk to you about the job, talk to you about work, talk to you about my family, talk to you about your family. I'll ask you how your kids are doing. You can ask me how my kids are doing. I can tell you a story about my vacation. Then I'll ask you how your vacation was, and we can have a good old time all night long." But this is a contract negotiation worth theoretically hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I hire representation for a reason. I can tell you how much I love you and want to be here, and you can tell me how much you love me and want me to be here. But when it gets time to talk money and years and guarantees, you're going to need to do that with my representation.
Yeah.
This is the way this goes.
Yeah, for sure. I believe Jerry Jones when he said, he probably went up to Micah Parsons and was like, hey, man, we're going to make you the highest paid defensive player in the NFL.
And then Micah Parsons
was like, hell, that sounds great, Jerry.
That's exactly right. And because here's the thing, it's uncomfortable to be, by the way, Micah Parsons is a young man.
Right.
Suddenly a billionaire owner of the most famous owner in the NFL is got you in a room and is trying to tell you about how he's going to make you the highest paid whatever in the history of the whatever. And you're probably just nodding along. Sounds great.
It's awesome.
Sounds great, boss. Yeah, no, man, this is the only place I want to be. And in your mind, you're just sort of nodding along, knowing that, well, eventually the agent and the owner will hash this out. But in Jerry's mind, he thinks he's negotiating right now.
Yes.
And and every time you're nodding along, being like, that sounds great. He's like, all right, well, he said it sounds great. I told him these are the years. This is the guarantee. And he said it sounds great. So I thought we were good. And it's just a communication breakdown. But the responsibility falls on Jerry Jones because...
You have to go through his agent.
I will say, I don't deal with NFL agents or NFL owners, but, I watch the people on TV who do. And to a person, they all say, this is unique to Dallas and Jerry Jones.
Right.
This doesn't go on other places. Every other owner in the NFL knows there's a certain way you go about these things. And the only one who doesn't hold himself to that standard is Jerry Jones, There's a history of this kind of stuff with the Cowboys franchise and with Jerry Jones. But it sounds like here he might have picked a fight that, I don't know if he can't win it, but it certainly got more public and messier than you would have liked. Or maybe he likes this. I don't know. There's some thought that he just likes the attention and likes being in the A block of every show, right? I've heard that a few places.
I do believe that.
But man, I don't know. I guess I never know what it's like to be Jerry Jones, but I'd like to think if I were Jerry Jones, I'd be more interested in trying to win Super Bowls than contract negotiations. And I don't know what is the point. What is the positive? What's the win in fighting publicly with arguably your most important player? You may win the battle. Micah just might have to swallow his pride and throw his pads on next week and start getting ready for an Eagles game, right? Because what are your options? You might win this. Well, he's in the last year of his rookie deal. I mean, he's under contract. He has to play. Or if he don't want to play, then, we can start finding him in. And, if he don't want to agree to the deal we've already agreed to, that's cool. We'll just franchise him next year. And then the year after that, we franchise him again. You can do all of that. But is that really good business? Why do you want to be in a fight with your most important player, or at least one of your most important players? Who wins there? Does your fans win? Does the team win? It just seems very much cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yep, for sure.
You can win the contract negotiation, I guess, and you can stick it to Micah Parsons and his agent, I suppose. But who are you really hurting? Who are you really hurting? You're messing up your team. You're angering your best player. You're creating turmoil in a place where it doesn't need to be. Just seems counterproductive.
Yep.
But it will be interesting to see what happens next. Because here's the truth. If Jerry Jones just decides, I don't care, the owner really does have the leverage here. What are you going to do? You're 26 years old. You going to just not play for the Cowboys ever again? They just going to sit you over here for years? I mean, you can do that, but you were taking years out of your career. And you remember the last high-profile player who decided to sit out? No, show him. It happened in Pittsburgh, right? How'd that go? I don't think that worked out for him very well at all.
Not, no.
It's what you hope if you're Micah Parsons is that common sense sets in at some point, and the owner of the franchise says, all right, this has gotten messy, but we just got to start over. Can we just hit reset on this? Tell your agent to call me. We'll start all the conversations fresh. We're playing the Super Bowl champs in, less than 2 weeks. I don't know how this all got mixed up. Perhaps we all have some responsibility to take. Either way, I don't care anymore. Let's hit reset. Let's start fresh. I'm sorry it got here. On one hand, if you're Micah Parsons, if you can't get to that, what do you do? What do you do? You gonna stick it to Jerry Jones? Not play football?
I can't see that happening.
Okay, so then what is the end game here?
I think he will sign a lucrative deal. I think we will get right up to the finish line, right before the season starts,
and he'll sign a record deal,
a couple days before the season starts.
Maybe,
yeah,
maybe. The coach keeps saying, "I expect Micah to play,"
Mm.
but all the people who get paid to talk about the NFL on television, you know what they say?
Mm.
If he ain't practicing next week, he ain't playing. All right, he ain't practiced yet. They will just throw him in a Thursday night game with no practice.
Oh, yeah, they do play the first game. That's right.
They basically said if he ain't practicing by next week, he ain't playing. That's what they said on TV. He's got to, at some point, you've got to. So who buckles first?
I think, okay, so they play when next? It's not next Thursday.
No, it's 2 Thursdays.
It's 2 Thursdays.
It's 2 weeks from yesterday.
I bet we will see a deal. I'm going to say Sunday.
You never know, though, when you're negotiating with somebody who will also just be as stubborn as you, right?
Right.
If you let common sense take over this thing, Jerry Jones comes back to the table, says, hey, I don't know how we got this all twisted up. Let's just start over.
Mm-hmm.
All right? We want you here. I hope you want to be here. Let's just start over. And then what you hope is the other person on the other end says, all right, yeah, that sounds good. Let's just start over. Let's both hit reset, take our emotions, dial them down a little bit, and let's get the deal done. That's what you hope. But there's some indication that the guy over here, the owner, is too stubborn for that. And there might be some truth to the idea that the guy on the player could be too stubborn for that. So now we just in a stare around. At some point, somebody got to blink, or else nobody wins. Nobody wins.
Right.
Messy situation.
It is.
Feel bad for old Big Mouth over there. You should be excited about your season getting ready to get underway. Instead, he's dealing with all this nonsense.
It's Cowboys going to Cowboy.
Number 3.
Hey, congratulations to the city of Memphis.
What's going on?
What do you mean what's going on? Food Beast has named the city of Memphis as the wing capital of the United States.
I buy that.
Do you accept the accolade?
I absolutely accept. I think it's true. I've heard even some suggest that we're a bigger wing town than we are a barbecue town.
I hear people say that, but what do they base that on?
Well, here's what I will say.
We sure do live in a market where people just love to say things, and you ask them what they're basing it on, and what do they base that on? I'm not arguing. I'm just wondering.
Well, have you ever had a bad wing in Memphis?
Sure.
You have.
I mean, what? Dude,
Name it.
I don't know about bad.
Name the place.
I don't know about bad, but like some wings are better than others. You'd admit that, right?
Some are better than others, yes.
But broadly speaking, I just enjoy wings. I just enjoy chicken on a bone.
I love wings too. I love wings too.
Chicken on a bone's good for me.
I cannot think of a place. I mean, sure, like but a place that like specializes in wings. I cannot think of one that I've gone to that wasn't good, that I didn't like.
If you could only have one meal today,
I literally want to get wings today.
You'd rather have wings than barbecue?
Yes, without question.
Do you think you eat wings more than you eat barbecue? I eat barbecue more than I eat wings.
Well, wings are a little pricey these days.
Wings are pricey these days, huh?
The price of chicken gone up quite a bit.
Is that true?
Yeah, I can't just be eating wings.
Is that true?
Once a week. Yes, wings are expensive. Yeah, wings are expensive.
I have noticed that, like just your average night at dinner, regardless of what you're doing, and it's not like I'm telling secrets here. It has become noticeably more expensive.
Yes.
Like on the way to school, I got the two little guys in the back seat, and they'll say something like, "Do we have time to stop by Chick-fil-A?" And I'm like, "Of course we have time to. I guess we do. Chick-fil-A is pretty good with it. We'll stop by." And you just get them like this is really what we got, like a little chicken minis meal, you know, like chicken minis and a little fruit cup and orange juice, right? And then you get the other fella, breakfast burrito and some hash browns and, some chocolate milk, right? And then I got like a yogurt parfait. What do you think that cost?
Oh, I probably like $40.
It was like 30 something.
Yeah.
It was just like, and the way I remembered it felt like that used to be 16.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
No, we are definitely a wing city. And I like all different kinds. I like I even like the like Central Barbecue, the smoked wings, but I really just like the regular like Memphis style wings. They got like a sheen to them.
You like that honey gold?
I like honey hot. Like if you have honey hot, that's what I'm getting.
I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty good with the wings these days.
My wife likes lemon pepper.
I'm pretty good with the wings on the back porch these days.
Oh, cooking your own? I like cooking my own too, but
I'm not bragging, but I'm pretty good. I'm better than I've ever been. You know what I use? A lot of different things. I don't want to tell my secrets, but you know what I use? Main thing? A pecan rub.
Sounds interesting.
You don't know nothing about a pecan rub.
Sounds interesting.
You've never had a pecan rub.
I don't think I've ever had that.
I specialize in pecan rub.
Okay.
I make my own wings sometimes.
I don't hate pecans. I like pecan pie.
Do you like a whole wing or like the smaller little versions of the whole wing?
Party wing, you mean? I like both.
Which one's the party wing, you think?
That's the party wing is the smaller version. It's just the whole wing broken up into little pieces, and they get rid of like the little what's that thing on the end called? The little flap thing you know what I'm talking about? What is that thing called?
I can't say it.
I love it, dude. You know what? In some like of the best places will fry their wings so good that you could just eat that part and like eat the bones. Yeah.
Bennett, you can't eat fried bones.
I'm telling you, that little part on the end, what's that called?
I can't
What's
say
that
it.
called? Is that the tip?
I'm not going to say it.
Is that the tip?
You're not going to get me to say it.
The tip, that's what I call it. Man, some of the places will fry those wings so good, you can just eat that whole thing, eat the bones and all.
I don't think you're never supposed to eat fried bones.
But you can. My wife's a flats person. I like drummies. And
Okay,
people call you a lame for that. I don't understand that. Why are you a lame for liking drummies?
This is another thing that I think people just do. People like to say you like flats. But in the real world, that's not my experience. How many people in the real world they actually like the flats? In other words, I take a tray of wings, party wings, I lay them out there. And I say, here's the little drumsticks.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cute. Here's the flats. We're going to do drumsticks over here, flats over here. Everybody can take whatever they want.
Yeah.
What do you think runs out first?
Well, in my personal experience, like my wife, I give her all the flats and I'll eat all the drummies. Like she wants the flats.
Y'all have a working relationship.
Yeah, she likes the flats.
Y'all
And I
work
love
well?
them too. I mean, don't get it twisted. I think the flats are great.
Nobody's hating on flats.
If I
Nobody's
have a
hating on flats.
preference, I like the drummies. And I've been called a lame multiple times for that. And I don't understand. What the hell's wrong with a drummie? They're delicious. They're easy to hold.
They're easy to hold.
I mean, come on, man.
I like to hold a drummie.
Yeah.
I don't understand it either. They tell you there's the better part of the chicken's a flat, and I just don't believe that.
I don't buy that either. I
I always want the drummies. Always.
Yeah.
People say Ching's is the best. You subscribe to that?
So I lived over there for so long, and I just been going there for so long. It's just like my default. Like I just
pop into Ching's.
I love it. It reminds me of college.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Ching's. Like I love Ching's.
Would you ever do a first date with chicken wings? I find them to be messy, a little too messy. I just remember one time I went to
First
Ching's. I took
not.
somebody moved to town, and they said, "Hey, I'd love to get together." And I said, "Let's do that." And they said, "Where you want to get lunch?" And I said, "What part of town are you going to be in?" And they told me the part of town, and I said, "You know what? Let's just go to Ching's. I'm just going to take you to a Memphis. You need to get day one in Memphis. You probably need to get to Ching's. Let's just go knock that off your list. I don't want you to walk around the city randomly bumping into people, and they'll be like, 'You been to Ching's yet?' And you're like, 'What? I don't want that to happen. Let's meet me at Ching's.'" So I sit down with this person, and we're trying to talk, like have a conversation. And it's just shit all over my hands the whole time. It's just messy. Feels like it's more of a fourth date type of place, not first. So
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
That'd be my main complaint about a good hot wing. Sometimes they get a little, I like my fingers to stay clean.
And I like mine. I want mine with obviously ranch. Like we don't do blue cheese down here.
I do blue cheese.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a blue cheese guy. All right. This is where I will call you a lame. You're a simpleton. It's fine. There's a lot of people like you. It's fine.
People in the South like ranch.
Simpletons.
People in the North like blue cheese. People in the South like ranch.
People
with their
who
wings.
know how to eat wings take blue cheese, and the others go with ranch.
Blue cheese is gross.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with
blue
the
cheese
sentiment.
is gross.
I reject the sentiment.
I don't like it one bit.
That's fine. That's a personal opinion.
I like the liquidy ranch.
I think
not gloppy. Like I want it to be like real liquidy.
You don't like your ranch gloppy?
Mm-mm.
I like a gloppy ranch.
So I want my wings honey hot. Like we'll do like half honey hot, half lemon pepper, or like just half like regular hot, half lemon pepper. With the celery and carrots tossed in the sauce.
I like celery
and
and
I
carrots,
gotta
too.
have the celery and carrots too.
I like it. Do you prefer one or the other?
The celery.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Something about the crispy.
I love celery.
I like celery
it's
too.
It's really good.
I like celery too.
Mm-hmm. It's a perfect pairing.
We should focus on our similarities more than we focus on our differences. Yeah. We both like drummies. We both love wings.
Yes.
We don't need to get caught up on the ranch blue cheese debate. We found common ground elsewhere. Ching's, I like the whole wing at Central Barbecue.
It's really good. I mean, they do those smoked wings. Those are really good. I go to All Star a lot because there's one over by my house. That one's good. Crumpy's, that's legendary. People say Rico's is good. I've never been to Rico's.
Tell me how you feel about this. Tell me if you judge me based on this. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not here to lie to you. Sometimes kids want to order pizza, Papa John's, Domino's, whatever you want to order.
And you order the wings with it. But that's what I'm saying.
I eat them.
Wings are very similar to pizza.
But like if I tell people, yeah, I got wings from Papa John's, they'll be like, you're a lame.
Oh, gross.
And but like, you know, what is it? It was chicken on a bone. It was chicken on a bone.
Wings are very similar to pizza in the sense that like I rarely have I'm never gonna eat a wing and be like, that's disgusting. Like you can eat any slice of pizza and it's fine.
I agree.
The worst wing is pretty good.
Like you can go into the gas station, they got wings sitting there and pizza sitting there, and you can reasonably assume it ain't going to win an award.
No, but it's going to do the job.
It'll do the job.
Yeah.
Wings and pizza do the job.
Yes.
Maybe that's why
I think they're the only two foods like that.
A hamburger.
I disagree. You can have a nasty-ass hamburger.
Where?
I mean...
Where would you get it? Where would you get a hamburger that you'd be like, ugh?
I'm not a big burger guy.
But which one would make you gag?
I mean... I don't know, one that's undercooked. I don't know.
Well, of course, undercooked, but undercooked anything like would make you gag.
I got you.
You know, like if I gave
that's fair.
If I gave you a hot pocket and it was cold in the middle,
I'll
you'd
eat
be like,
crappy
"This is
hamburger."
Well,
I'll eat a crappy hamburger.
I knew you would.
I'll eat a
You didn't
crappy
put
hamburger.
up much of a fight there.
No, I'll eat it. Now that I think through it, I'll eat a crappy hamburger. Sure.
Hey, we live in the wing capital of the United States.
That's really good.
Proud of that.
I love that. I love that. That's good stuff.
It is
I'm gonna
good
get some
stuff.
wings today.
All right. I don't know if I am, but we'll see.
Number 4.
Yankees and Red Sox were on Fox 13 last night.
I watched.
I did too.
Mm-hmm.
We got home, we had practices and stuff, and then it was like, Mets had a day game, lost again, if you're keeping track. They stink. My God. They were 20 games above 500. Could miss the playoffs. Think about what I'm going through as a sports fan over the past year.
I know, dude.
My basketball team was second in the West.
Yeah, right.
Then
the wheels fell off.
The wheels fell off.
Yeah.
Baseball team, 20 games above 500. At one point was number 1 in MLB power rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Now they can't beat anybody.
Right.
Including the Nationals. Woo! So we get home last night, and, you got homework to do and all that stuff, but it's like you want to put something on the TV while we're all just hanging around. And I said, Yankees, Red Sox are on. It's like 3-3 in the 6th, whatever. Like, let's just turn that on, and it's baseball. And, oh, buddy, Roman Anthony came up in the night. Did you see this?
I did, yeah.
So he blasted shot at Yankee Stadium, his first homer there. And it's the type of game and the type of moment that I think just leads to everybody going, okay, who is this again? And what is he doing again? Are you familiar with the story at all?
No.
Okay, Roman Anthony. He's 21 years old, all right? So he is basically this year's version of Paul Skeens. They bring him up. He's younger than a normal rookie in MLB, and he's taken off immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like he starts stuff already, and he's having a really nice first season with the Red Sox. He's flipped their season, got them in playoff contention, and last night in the 9th at Yankee Stadium on Fox. This isn't on.
I know. When did we start Thursday night? Primetime baseball.
I was surprised it was on too. I don't really know. It was just on. And he just blasts one, bat flip. The whole thing's cool. It's an awesome baseball highlight. And so then, people are like, he's the future of the Red Sox. He might be the future of Major League Baseball. Do you see the quote from Alex Bregman?
Mm-mm.
Here's what Alex Bregman said about him. Alex Bregman, of course, World Series champion, big free agent signing for Boston. Like, great. Here's what Alex Bregman said about Roman Anthony. Quote, to be honest, he's probably the most mature 21-year-old baseball-wise I've ever seen around in my life. I'm trying to find out what he does wrong. Honestly, we all are. We don't know if he has any vices or anything. He just does everything the right way. The moment is never too big for him. He knows who he is. He knows what he does well, and he sticks to that. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Alex Bregman's been around some pretty incredible baseball players.
For sure.
He says, I've never seen anybody like this guy. He's obviously an incredible talent. Y'all can see that. I'm telling you, off the field, this guy's a baseball player and not really interested in anything else. The other stuff you might hear about professional athletes getting involved in and getting distracted by, this guy's a baseball player.
Yeah.
And do you know where he was once upon a time committed to go play baseball?
Where?
Ole Miss.
How about that? I mean, that's not surprising. I feel like that we're more than ever. That a lot of these guys have SEC baseball ties, right?
I did know that. I didn't know this. I started reading about him this morning. You know where we went to high school? Tell me if you recognize this. Anthony attended Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
Oh, that's where the shooting happened, and that was in Florida, right?
Yeah, in Parkland, Florida.
Yep.
He attended high school at a place that is recognizable because of a tragedy, a school shooting. It's like Columbine or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when I read that, I recognized that
name. Yeah.
I recognized the name of that school as if it's a school here in Memphis because it was in the news so much. So he went to high school there. He committed to play baseball at Ole Miss after his sophomore year of high school, but was selected with the 79th overall pick in the 2022 Major League Baseball draft, and has ended up signing for $2.5 million, which was significantly above the slot number that he was expected to get there. So the Red Sox did with him a little bit like what they did with Blaze Jordan. They just overpaid him not to go to college. And he's been awesome in the minors. Earlier this season, hit like a 497-foot homer in the minors, which at the time was the longest home run anybody's hit in professional baseball this year. That includes Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, everybody. Roman Anthony, at the age of 21 in the minor leagues, hit one further this year than those guys have hit him. So he's a real star. And last night was a big moment for him. And that's the benefit of just, we talk about this network television all the time. If Yankees Red Sox would have just been on the normal Boston station, the normal New York station, we probably wouldn't have had it on in our home. But because it was on network television and I happened to notice it and there was nothing else going on, I was like, let's just turn on this. We'll watch the rest of this game. And then we get to see that young man have that moment. And now the Red Sox have won 6 of 7 from the Yankees. They're only a half game back in the AL wildcard standings. And a 21-year-old is the biggest reason why.
Number 5.
Tour Championship, second round underway down at East Lake in Atlanta. Russell Henley continues to be your leader. He's now 10 under. He was 9 under, shot a 61 yesterday in round 1. Just a shot ahead of Scotty Scheffler, or 2 shots ahead of Scotty Scheffler after round 1. Scotty is 1 under today, so he has moved to 8 under. He's through 7. He's currently tied for 3rd. Our old buddy Tommy Fleetwood's back at it.
I see him right there. Yeah.
That's what I'm rooting for.
Come on, Tommy.
Okay. Tell me what. Let's decide right now how we want to spend the rest of this weekend. What do we want to root for on the golf course? On one hand, I appreciate excellence. You know that about me. I appreciate excellence.
Yep.
I enjoyed watching Floyd Mayweather fight because I appreciate excellence. I wanted Patrick Mahomes to three-peat in Kansas City because that would have been an incredible accomplishment for an all-time great. He's excellent. I appreciate watching elite people be elite, right? So on that spirit, what do you want? You want Scotty Scheffler to win the Tour Championship, to win the FedEx Cup, and to continue to add to his list of accomplishments that have put him in the category of an all-time great. Normally, that's where I would lean. I think I would like to see Tommy Fleetwood.
Come on, Tommy.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if the guy who is most famous for literally never winning on the PGA Tour happens to be called your Tour champion? That's the way the system's set up.
That's the way it's set up.
You can never win a tournament but be the Tour champion if you happen to win the last one. And it's another example
Tommy.
of there's no perfect way to do this. But I will say, and Scotty Scheffler talked about this earlier in the week, I don't know that having the 30th best player who happened to qualify for the Tour Championship because the top 30 do, then win the Tour Championship is actually a great representation of who was the best player in golf over the past year. In fact, it's clearly not. But as Scheffler pointed out, you know, we put 68 teams in a basketball tournament, and then whoever wins it at the end, we call them the national champion. And we don't really get caught up in, well, I mean, Florida wasn't even the best team in the SEC last season. I mean, you know that, right? Auburn won the SEC outright. We go, Florida qualified for the postseason and then did better in that than everybody else. Florida is your national champion. In the NFL, a wild card team can win the Super Bowl. You don't even have to win your division to win the Super Bowl. You don't have to be the best team to win the Super Bowl. In Major League Baseball, wild card teams do win the World Series. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to win your division. We could play 162 games. At no point in time did anybody ever call you the best. But you qualified for the postseason, and then whatever happens after that, happens after that. And we accept it. We accept it in football. We accept it in basketball. We accept it in baseball. So why is it so hard for us to accept it in golf? You have to be a certain level of good to even qualify for this event. But once you're here, if you win it, we're going to give you the big trophy at the end. It's fine with me. Mm-hmm. It's not that different than other sports. Now, the argument might be, well, if we want to do it like this, we need to make it a smaller number qualify for the Tour Championship so that we can weed out the people who genuinely don't deserve it. So make it, instead of the top 30 qualify, make it top 15. And there's a million different theories about how to go about it, but you could make it the top 15, and then by definition, everybody here has had an incredible season, finished top 15 on the tour. Whoever wins it is a worthy champion, just as much as Florida winning the basketball tournament is a worthy champion, despite not winning the SEC or anything in the regular season. I think that would make a little more sense, but, you know, just trust me, if Tommy Fleetwood wins this, on Monday you'll hear all sorts of people saying, how can a guy who had never won on the PGA Tour be the tour champion? And I just explained to you why and how. And I don't think it's that big of a deal or much different than the way we do it in other American sports that we all follow. Be back with GP's Carryout.
Preseason Box to Row Coaches Bowl has come out. Jackson State sits there at number 1. This is the third time in the poll's history that Jackson State has been the preseason number 1 team in the nation. And then Tennessee State being at 5, that really surprised me.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Speaking of Adidas, are these the Harden 10s?
Yes.
Yes. I guess so.
From what
you guys don't sound too excited. It kind of looks like when you flush the toilet in the water.
Yeah, it's like a whirlpool.
Like
I want to be phone positive. Yeah.
I want to be phone positive. Or artists just making some paint up and they just
looks like phone positive material.
Yeah, or a thumbprint. The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
The NBA announced their Dunk of the Year yesterday. It was voted on by the fans, and it went to Ja Morant for his double clutch through Porzingis and Derek White. The call of it was excellent. That game we hung on to for a long time last season, but it was a spectacular dunk.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Parrish Show presented by Ortho. Look at that.
Let's go.
That's Food Truck Friday.
Let's get it.
Hey, if I get us out of here real quick, we can do this.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, just hit your little button in.
Let's roll.
Hit your little button in. Let's go. Let's stop.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you.
Let's go eat,
It's
man.
not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Hey, big headline this morning in the NBA. According to his attorneys, Malik Beasley is no longer a target of a gambling probe.
How about that?
How about that?
Kind of a surprising development.
Do we owe Malik Beasley an apology?
I think we might. I mean, we were clowning him because of that one clip that went pretty viral.
He looked like he was not doing right.
Something was going on there.
He looked like he wasn't doing right.
Yeah, and I think everyone else on the court was like, what are you doing?
And then we find out he had real financial problems.
Yes.
He'd been evicted from his residence, I think.
Yep.
And so you throw all that into the pot, stir it up, and it's like, oh, I see what you did here, Malik Beasley. And now, according to the attorneys at least, he's still not been charged and is no longer even a target of the federal probe. Somebody might owe Malik Beasley an apology. In all seriousness,
I'm sorry.
This could have cost him tens of millions of dollars.
It might cost him a few million.
Oh, no, I'm not exaggerating. When this broke,
Because
right?
Detroit had what? They had a big contract on the table.
They were about to offer him a 3-year, $42 million contract. He's 28 years old.
Yeah.
They were going to offer him a 3-year, $42 million contract. He was going to do that, and he was going to have a $42 million contract. That money is not there anymore.
No, he will not get that probably.
It's not there.
Right.
It's not even like, well, we don't have it anymore.
Right.
It's like we're not even capable of giving that to you anymore. It's not even like we don't think we want to or we're unsure. It's like we can't. Even if we wanted to, we can't.
Damn.
What I read was like most of this free agent money is dried up. And if the Pistons wanted him, the most they could offer him now is like 1 year, a little more than $7 million. Like this really might have cost him $35 million in guaranteed
crazy
money. A report that he is the target of a federal investigation might have cost this guy tens of millions of dollars. And then just less than 2 months later, we find out, at least according to the attorneys, he's not even a target of the investigation anymore. They've looked into it and they decided he's good to go.
Wild.
Somebody might owe Malik Beasley an apology.
I think they do.
Plus like $35 million. That's tough, man. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
Like, I think the worst thing that can happen to you, I should rephrase, there's probably a lot worse things that can happen to you. Being accused of something you did not do that cost you dramatically is got to be up there pretty high on the list of like, yo, what is going on?
Right.
Like your life is going okay. Everything's fine. And then you're accused of something publicly and boom, your life feels like it's over. It's very messed up. And you are sitting there. If we are to trust what the attorneys are saying here, and you're like, I didn't do anything. I guess I can see why you people are getting your jokes off, but I didn't do anything. I was days away of signing a $42 million contract, and now it's over, it's gone, and I didn't do anything. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Feel bad for the guy.
I do too.
As long as he really didn't do anything. We're kind of, this whole news report
assuming,
is just like based on what the attorneys are saying. But the attorneys are saying it and they're putting their names on it. And if you want to read more about it, Shams Charania has got it, ESPN.com.
What's today's biggest game?
Oh, Bennett, you ready to turn on America's most watched network tonight?
I am.
The network of stars.
What's up?
Vikings Titans, Nissan Stadium.
I hate picking preseason.
In Nashville. Vikings are 1-1. Your Titans are 1-1. Tennessee, 4-point favorite tonight. Total's 36.5. We're going to kick it off at 7 on CBS. How you going to act?
I mean, I have no...
Lost again last night.
Yeah.
Got killed. Got destroyed.
I mean, I guess I'll just go Titans. But I have no... I don't know. There's no way of... Let's see what the Vikings backup quarterback situation is, shall we?
You can do whatever you want.
That'll help me.
All right.
Let's see. Let's look at this. Let's look at their quarterback construction. We need JJ McCarthy to play tonight. But I'm gonna go Titans though.
That's an interesting situation. The quarterback situation in Minnesota.
He's the guy.
You know what the streets are saying?
What?
That he has not been great this preseason.
Maybe that's why the Titans are favored tonight. See, they got Sam Howell too,
People
though, and
are
he's
scared-
going to come in and fill it up.
The streets are saying the people are scared Minnesota's going to take a step backwards because they are putting too much trust into a quarterback who is not ready to do the job he's about to be asked to do. That's what I heard. What do you think? What do you think about that?
I want to root for my team. I'm just going to go. We'll see. We'll see.
Bennett says he's laying 4 points with the Titans.
JJ was good before he got hurt last year in that one game, but I'll go Titans.
Bennett said take the Titans minus the 4. Kick at 7 o'clock. We're going to do it on CBS.
What are we watching on TV?
I guess we're doing SmackDown tonight. It's USA Network, 7 o'clock. John Cena is expected to appear. This is babyface John Cena.
I'll watch for Cena.
The John Cena everybody knows and loves. Charlotte Flair going to be performing.
Okay. I love her too. I'll watch.
You like Charlotte Flair?
Yes. She's my queen. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
One of my favorite all-time WWE superstars.
You know who I miss? Liv.
She'll be back. I like Liv too. Yeah, I like Liv. She's great.
You like John Cena back the way he's supposed to be?
Yes. Come on.
It's just better.
It had to be that way.
It just had to be that way.
Yeah, we weren't going to let him go out like that.
And he's expected to make a big announcement tonight.
Ooh.
And the announcement is expected to possibly be one last match.
Versus Brock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm good. I like it.
Okay.
I can get behind that.
All right. 7 o'clock tonight, USA Network. Let's turn it on.
What's the best thing we've read?
Well, if you haven't gotten completely caught up on all the Jerry Jones, Micah Parsons drama dominating the news cycle down in Dallas, it's the lead story right now, CBSSports.com. It's on your right side, the headlines. Austin Nivison's got it. Jerry Jones said Parsons' agent used some harsh words, but his agent told multiple outlets the claims are false. And that's a he said, she said thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to get this one cleaned up down there, but I look forward to following it. You can read it right now, CBSSports.com.
What's on tap next week?
Well, considering the Tour Championship wraps up Sunday at East Lake, I imagine we'll spend some time on that Monday. See if Scotty can actually get this thing done. Last batch of NFL preseason games. That's happening this weekend.
Yep.
As of today, we are inside the 2-week window to the start of the NFL season. And again, college football officially starts this weekend. Kansas State and Iowa State in Dublin. 11 o'clock tomorrow. I'm sure we'll touch college football on Monday as well. Should be a fun weekend.
I'm ready.
Should be a fun next week. It's here.
I am ready.
By this time next week, we're going to be getting ready to watch Memphis, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas, college football. Back and better than ever.
Love it.
I do too. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to enjoy mine. Let's meet back here Monday at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.
What is the biggest Summer League accomplishment so far for this Grizzlies team?
Tuomas Isalo filling out his coaching staff. The Ryan Saunders hiring was essential. It was big time. You have a veteran NBA voice there.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Shinedown. Dance Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Let's check the over-under totals. Alabama, Georgia, and Texas all at 9.5. LSU, Ole Miss, Tennessee at 8.5.
I love Ole Miss over the 8.5.
I think Ole Miss can win 9.
But Ole Miss, they're gonna, Ole Miss, they're gonna lose to Arkansas week.
But they could go 9-3. Like Ole Miss winning 10 games
They always
is
pull
always
some
like
crap like that.
Ole Miss winning 10 can seem a bit of a stretch, but they can win 9.
They're gonna lose at Kentucky week 2.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
You get to the main event, and you hear the crowd. There's some rumblings in the crowd.
Here we go.
They say, "We want truth."
I love how John Cena said when they were chanting, "We want truth." You can't handle the truth.
There you go.
I loved it.
He takes the knee off, boom. Takes the mask off, boom. And it's our freaking truth. God, man, he cost John Cena the match.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.